Hi, my name is Narine Esmaeili. I'm a volunteer with Transparency International here in Armenia with the Birthright program. I was an observer at the presidential elections yesterday, February 18, 2013. I was stationed in Artashat village, 17-5 district, and I experienced cheating and harassment. I just want to tell my story. As soon as I entered the polling place at around 8 a.m., it was pretty obvious the commission members, as well as the proxies and the other observers, were unwilling to cooperate, and they were going to push us around. The secretary initially told us that we had to stay in one place, even though it's our right to walk around and observe. We argued with her, and she was very mean, and she told us that if we get in her way, she'll call the police and arrest us immediately. As soon as the voting process started, we noticed that a few people, my partner and I noticed that a few people were coming in more than once to vote. We stopped them, and also some people came in with false identification passports belonging to other people or passports that already had stamps in it. Because we were watching so closely and we were intent on making sure that no cheating occurred, the commission members, as well as proxies from the Republican Party, obviously coordinated with each other and decided to plan an attack and cheat that way. Around 2:30, a group of people walked in. I told the police officer that was standing by the door, to make sure that only 15 people came in at once, because that's the rule. Then I noticed around 25 to 30 men also walked in. They surrounded the ballot box in which the secretary was sitting next to. I approached them, I grabbed one of the men's arms to tell them not to touch the ballot box. He pushed me against the wall and held my hands like this. And from where I was standing, I was able to see that the secretary of the commission cut open the ballot box seals, and one of the men poured a bag full of ballots into the box. She resealed it, and they ran out. I couldn't do anything, and I wasn't able to videotape it because they held me up. They held my partner up as well, but they had done their deed already. When I approached the secretary and told her I asked her why did she allow such a thing to happen, and I asked the proxies, even the proxies of the other party members, why they would allow such a thing to happen, and they just simply told me that nothing happened and they didn't see anything in it. They don't know what I'm talking about. So I called several reporters, I called Transparency, I called different people to tell them what happened. I was also told it would be a good idea to call the police station and see if they had any suggestions of what to do. When the policemen arrived, the village leader came along with them, and ironically enough, his son was the one who had pushed me against the wall. The village leader, with the cops, they surrounded me against the wall, and they told me that I'm a good girl, and that if I don't want any trouble, especially considering that I'm a foreigner from America, that I should refrain from saying anything else about the cheating process, and I should refrain from saying anything about Serge Sarkisyan's campaigning process, and that I should just remain quiet and not talk to any more reporters. At that moment, I was really, really angry. So I called some other reporters and told them what happened, but the rest of the time I was in the polling place, they were following me, and I felt harassed. But at this point, the deed was done. They had poured whatever they needed to pour into the ballot box. When counting started, it was obvious that the number of voters was not equal to the number of ballots in the box. I stood behind the president of the commission and counted as she counted the signatures, and her number was above mine by about 200 people. I'm guessing the number of ballots they stuffed, though, was around 400, because at 2 o'clock, about half an hour before the incident happened, I counted my tally that I kept myself, and it was about at 500. But after the incident, it seemed like the ballot box doubled, so I guess about 400, 500 were stuffed. But at the end of it, when all the counting for all the candidates were done, the numbers of the signatures, the numbers of the ballots, the numbers of the envelopes left over did not match at all, even with their cheating. So it was obvious that something had gone wrong. Also, when they initially opened the seals of the ballot box to show that nothing had happened. They pretended as if it was a struggle to open the ballot box, but it was clear that it had been cut open, and one of the sides, the side that the secretary held open, was completely open. So the proxies, the other observers, and the commission members were obviously in on the whole thing.
And did you report this to the OSCE? And did they observe, and had they observed this too?
Yes, they came around in the beginning of the day and they saw that there were no major problems, so they left. But when they found out what had happened to me and what happened to my partner in our polling place, they came back in secret at first. I met them at the side of the building. Then they realized that I might be in danger, my partner might be in danger, and the polling place was just a mess. So they decided to come back during the vote, during the counting of the votes, and they witnessed the ballot box being open, and they were shocked to what happened. They were in disbelief that such a thing could happen.
And were the OSCE, in their statement today, did the OSCE acknowledge this event at all?
No, they did not, even though this was probably the biggest cheating in all of Armenia. 400 votes, that's a lot.
Precinct Artashat 17-5.
17-5, yes. Բարևես Narine Esmaeilin եմ, եկել եմ Հայաստանի իբրև կամավոր Transparency International-ից Birthright Program-ով։ Ես 3 դիտորդ էի նախագահական ընտրություններին համար Artashat գյուղում 17-5 ընտրատարածքում 3 ժամը 2:30-ի մոտերը մոտ 25-ից 30 հատ երիտասարդ մտան ընտրատարածքը եւ քվեատուրը շրջապակեցին ընտրատարածքին քարտուղարը քվեատուրը բացեց իրենց համար եւ մոտ 400 հատ քվեաթղթիկ լցրեցին այդ պահին ես ու իմ երկրորդ դիտորդը փորձեցինք իրանց բռնելու ասել որ ինչ եք անում ստեղ ու իրավունք չունեք քվեատուրին մոտենաք բայց մեզի հրացին իմ ձեռքերս այսպես պահեցին ու իրավունք չտվան որ նկարենք ինչ որ պատահում էր եւ լցրեցին եւ դուրս ելան հետո քարտուղարը ու մնացած վստահ անձերը ու դիտորդները նկատի չարեցին որ այդպես մի բան պատահավ ոստիկանությունը զանգեցինք տարբեր լրագրողներին զանգեցինք եւ ոստիկանությունը եկավ ինձի փորձեցին համոզել որ այդ բան չի պատահել փորձեցին որ ինձի վախեցնել ու ինձի հետևում էին ասացին որ ես լավ աղջիկ եմ որ չեմ հասկանում այս երկրի օրենքները եւ եթե problem չեմ ուզում պետք է որ հրաժարվեմ խոսել լրագրողներին հետ բայց չլսեցի ես իրենց ու չվախեցամ բայց արդեն գործ արած էր եւ մոտ 400 լցրերին քվեատուփի մեջ եւ խախտումը արած վերջացել էր